You are live, Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news, classics and current events, music and information, gems and thoughts which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremonies, Sherrod. Make sure to click that link in bio, subscribe, like, comment, share, save, engage, support a brother. If you'd like to support the Your Live podcast directly, you can do so with the Cash App, $ You Are Live Podcast. You can also see the other options with the link in bio. So, rise and shine. Rise and shine. I recently went to a guitar center and had so much fun. I saw a keyboard model number that I recognized that I've been studying and that I want. And it was just a goal, to one day update my kit and to downsize. It is a one-stop shop, all-in-one station, arranger, keyboard, synthesizer, just really everything. And it has a very cool app called Wreck and Share. Um, and it allows you to export pro sound directly um, after you post or live stream. And that is important to me, to eliminate as much post production work as possible. So there are several ways to do the same thing, but to do them more efficiently is goals for me. Um, so yeah, I think we just tapped back in on Instagram due to a connection issue. But if you were on YouTube, then you got the scoop. You got the scoop. But welcome to everybody. Um, this was important to me because the session was beautiful. It was such a release, and it was such a release during the time that I really just needed it. I needed to pull up and do something and achieve a goal, and that goal is something that I am familiar with. Um, and it is the equivalent to that feeling that you feel after you leave the gym, after you do a creative session of some sort. Hi, good morning to Gage Wilson on YouTube. Where are you tuning in from? This is the You Are Live Podcast. On Instagram, you can follow You Are Live Radio, and we can do a live stream split call, you know, back and forth conversation. YouTube, I'm getting coordinated with, but that's sort of the idea. Hashtag fight for your reps. Fight for your reps. What does that mean? Well, fight for your reps means just what it sounds like, fighting for your daily reps towards your goals. Whether those are fitness goals, you have your minimum push ups that you do a day, whether you say, okay, I'm doing 100 push ups a day, and using that format to acknowledge the full mind, body, spirit, soul and its need for a full workout. So, just as much as we do push ups, maybe a journal entry, maybe if not a whole song, a contribution towards a song, even if it is setting up the environment, setting up the schedule for the intention, uh, setting the intention with reminders and just an all-around supportive environment for that. And then where I am in the process is, wow, actually sharing it out loud, activating it and committing to it on the next level. And we are here. We are here at that point, which I'm grateful for. So thank you, God. Thank you, God, for that. I'd like to invite you on the journey, and all you have to do is tune in. All you have to do is tune in just like you are. So, fighting for your reps. Yesterday, I went to the gym. And then by going to Guitar Center, that would be the equivalent of going to the studio. Pulled up right quick, did what I needed to do, tested out a drum set, bass, guitar, and a keyboard, and I live streamed. This podcast is, my dream, and I did it in whatever capacity. I did it. And I'd like to build towards it every day and set the intention for it being successful, setting the expectation for it to be successful. I've always put it on a back burner. There's always, get a job to support this, and you can get so caught up and wrapped up in the job that the original intention just completely gets swept up and lost up under it due to adulting and a lot of other areas in life. And in my personal life, hello, welcome to AJ Friends Y1N on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Welcome. I love how YouTube shows love in ways that I didn't expect. We always want the one that don't want us. So it's not that I don't want YouTube. It's that I'm used to Instagram. Now I've never prioritized YouTube. I've always put my best work up on YouTube, and then more of my dailies on Instagram. So for those who are tuning in and can type right now, I'm curious. What is something a part of your dailies, your fight for your reps, things that you make sure you get done, your non-negotiables for the day? Which will look different for everyone. From an artist, that would look a certain way, like a finance, person, completely mathematical, might, their whole everything would look different. An agricultural person, someone who didn't work in a white collar environment, their man cave, what would that look like and how would that differ? What elements, activities, products would be needed for a safe space, a safe haven to recharge and to build towards said goals? Is it just that, a gym membership? Is there a gym membership that nurtures all those areas? Specifically, where I would like to emphasize the creativity. Out of the mind, body, spirit, soul. We work out the body. You got that. How are we exercising our mind at the gym? So some people are listening to audio podcasts, having meaningful discussions with gym bros and gym sis. Some people, might bring a book and hit cardio, walking and reading. Well, I've devised a few workout stations for myself that I just like to share and present creatively, and to talk about the benefits of them and how you can incorporate them into your dailies to fight for your reps. Most, if not all, of the products will be linked to an Amazon storefront I have curated, as I feel like these products could benefit you in your life in various ways. I want to share how I use them, but because of the elements that they provide, fulfill. For example, water, fire, earth, air. I operate a barbershop, a mobile barbershop. I have designed a mobile booth. I have reformatted it to adjust in appropriate seasons. It started in my living room. Good morning, Sunshine Austin on Instagram, URLive Radio. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, so the barbershop, you can check it out, Sherrod Natural on Instagram. And it has a YouTube page as well, but I haven't really posted on it. I'm like, wow, that whole time that I posted on Instagram, I should have been doing this and contributing to the world on YouTube. So there's never too late. There's always now. So fight for your reps, dailies. I set a goal. I just said I have a mobile barbershop. If you follow the Sherrod Natural page and are familiar, you know I do hair shows. I've done 3. And I submitted for one recently, and the date is July 29th. I was not called back or selected for the show, and I had already started. I committed, set the goal, set the intention, and you said, what country is this? I live in America. Hello and welcome to Big. So it's either Leotis or it's Big Low, you know? Either way, hello. Back to the show. So I'm gonna still do my show. I'm gonna still do my set. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm a live stream, and that's why we're talking about this today. I looked at the date. And I'm like, wow, it's July 20. It's July 9th now. So if I still want to do a show on July 29th, I have 20 days. It is showtime already, ready or not. I have my location set, my stages set, my concept and vision set, and I have God, a vision, a mission, a story, and a testimony. I have this saying that I sort of live by. It's more like a short story or a think piece. Let's just say God said, boom, and came out of the sky and said, turn in your papers. There would be at least three categories. There would be at least three categories. One group would be turning in their papers, flash drives, SD cards. That would be group A or 1. Group 2 or B would be folks turning in incompleted work, but they had it, it just wasn't finished. They weren't ready. They knew it was coming. It's just not completed. C would be the people who don't turn in anything for whatever reason, valid or invalid. And some may be excusable to turn it in with grace, some other type of way if permitted. And then I would say the last category, 4, would be just completely clueless. And didn't turn it in, no intention on turning it in, was completely unaware of the assignment. Unaware due to either maybe not even being present to hear it. Didn't even show up to class to hear the announcement. No support system or ally in place to relay any updates or missing information. And so, Judgment Day, somewhere in that 1 to 4, I think an identity can be found from anyone who participates in that think piece. Me, I'm somewhere between 1 and 2. 2 incomplete because it's not already complete. I would like to be the one that already has it on the file and it's done. Where I am and what I like about category 2 is sort of the place that this puts me in, to set a goal to still do the show on the 29th in 20 days. And just trusting the process, trusting my experience. And really leaning on the spirit and the spirit of improvisation. And not just improv, but that's also a beautiful part of it. To get to a place musically on an instrument where you can completely express yourself, say exactly what you need to say, an automatic translation from your soul. That is a beautiful thing and a wonderful feeling. And once you have experienced that for yourself, naturally, I like to share that with others to show how it could benefit them. So, I've had on and off seasons with the barbershop. Several season transitions. And what's cool is the new one. I'm going to get the opportunity. I'm going to use the opportunity to hit the stage. And I invite you to just make sure that you are tuned in July 29th for a live stream on the URLive channel. Just make sure you're here. When you want to know where to go, right here. If you're not already, please follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, save, engage. And if you'd like to support the URLive Podcast directly, we're talking about production, investment. $ URLive Podcast, Cash App. You can hit the link in my bio to see the other options. You know, the PayPals and all that, QR codes, all of that. So, there's this word, NEATS, N-E-A-T-S. Non-essential thermogenesis, N-E-A, non-essential thermogenesis, something. It essentially is calories burned outside of your normal workout routine. So, the calories burned not from your workout, but maybe from the cardio walking to the bus or the train. Just resting, fidgeting. In my case, barbering, working, just activity. All of that is a part of your calorie expenditure for the day. And when you go to the gym, you're doing a focused, burn and a focused build targeting specific goals. So when you go to the barbershop, when you go to the gym, you're going with certain intention. You're going for a haircut. You're going for a workout. You go to the studio, you're going to accomplish music or something creative. When you book me, you might be booking for various reasons, which is why artistically I need this moment on stage to express myself, because I am that complex of an individual. I just am. And the only place I feel like I make sense is in a live set on stage doing my show. Or in the studio. And to keep it real, right now all I have is me and my dream, my project. So God, I'm including you in this prayer. This is more about right now a prayer to you and just sharing it live in the moment. First, rise and shine. Good morning. We are live on air, God. Do you have time for an interview? I know you handling world peace and wars and cures, out here saving lives. Just curious if I could borrow a moment of your time. You know that life project I've been working on for a while? I want to finish it. And I want to ask you, I have asked you, where is my Nineveh? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? At this showcase, I'm going to showcase my talents. The ones you've given me, the ones I've acquired, the ones I've committed to and developed. Just to put it on the table, what can I do? Of those, or none of them, what should I do? What am I supposed to be doing from this point? I just wanted to finish something, complete something, and do that first. Establish that for myself. Something new, fresh, funky, dressed and ready to party. Is that how I go? But daily reps, fight for your reps. Finish your goals, attain what is possible. Because all of that plays a role in mental health. Closure, sense of accomplishment, growth and expansion. YouTube, I love y'all. I see y'all tuned in. Y'all the real ones. I need to get into Twitch. I'm trying to commit to TikTok more. This is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. But that's fine, breaking it down. Breaking it down. If you haven't, please scroll through the recent live streams and jam sessions. Those have been examples of creative sessions in real time that have allowed me to really let off some steam and to really meditate. I didn't say a whole bunch of words to basically say, squeeze in that midday meditation, period. What does that look like for you? As a service to you, I would like to help you build your man cave. More importantly, I would like to invite you to book a session at my sensory stimuli studio, where all things, the haircut, the barbershop, mind, body, spirit, soul, gym workout, recovery, relaxation, sound healing, music therapy, art therapy, physical therapy, rehabilitation. And the thing is, it's all of that anyway, and has been the Sherrod Natural Experience. I've just only branded it and worked it as a hair service, and all those other things are just key parts of the elements. But the channel to access that has been Sherrod Natural, which is barbershop, natural hair, locks, froze, braids, twists, shaves, fades, massage therapy. And this time, the barbershop is still available. I question what tier to put it in. Is it still the primary? Because that's my natural format. And who the client is, what the business is, and the music and the arts and the creative support that. Hello, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We got a few people. Oh, whoa, how cool. So there's Dan. I'm good. So there's a name that I can't pronounce, but it ends with Vuitton. You said my French. Hello, bourgeois. Lili. Now, look, I don't know any French, but I love French and Italian. I think that those are two beautiful, just passionate, romantic, languages. So I want to learn French and Italian. And so I am actually that's an example of something in my dailies. I've been talking about hashtag fight for your reps, working towards daily goals. I have not gotten into the chat GPT. I've heard a lot about it, and a lot of people out here talking to robots and doing AI and all of that stuff. So, I said, you know what, I'm going to have a start date. Right now, I am pre-chat GPT and AI. But if I were to try to embrace a little bit, then I'm going to learn a new language. And I'm going to learn both of those, French and Italian, because I need to get bougie. I have this story that I'm talking about that I'm going to spoil it for you for the show on the 29th, though. But I'm developing it. And so this is a good moment to test it out. Let me know what y'all think. Hello, Mimi. I'm good. I am from DC, currently living in Los Angeles. Hello to Miguel. I'm gonna mess up your last name, but that's dope, Mimi. You're from Algeria. You are tuning in from the. That is dope. I appreciate you and welcome you. Thank you for tuning in. So bougie me my she, baby. Do y'all hear that? That is an inner personality, an inner voice within me. That's the inner God in me. That is Mashi, who is now currently referred to as Mashi. Formerly the artist known as B-Mac. Um, and now we got to get a little bougie. So bourgeois. I looked up the definition for bougie, and essentially it is the second class projecting to be a part of a higher social class or economic class. So folks trying to be rich, basically, act rich. And it has a lot of, I would say, negative connotation. Um, and what are example of bougie? Well, there's different types, different ways to look at it. You could look at it as fur coats, and just like very extravagant dressing and expression through lifestyle to appear rich, richer than you are, or because you have invested in it so much that you are bound financially to it, a slave to it, uh, and truly have the sustainability or the support base to really live that and afford it. Excuse me. That's one way to look at it. And then I thought about it for myself. I said, there are elements to that that I see as a positive. Bourgeois, bourgeoisie, not to project or to try to be better or part of a better class, but to speak that which is not as though it is. Ha 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 ha. To visualize, to manifest, to goal set and attain. And I think that there are ways to do it more efficiently and healthily. But I wasn't mad at bourgeois. So excuse me for the moments that I need to get a little bougie because life can be a little complicated sometimes. And, I might need to tap into one of my other personality identities where everything is just going to be all right. We about to turn water into wine, manifest, visualize. Never mind rich, middle class, poor, broke, insufficient funds. I got it. It is there, abundant, available, provided for. Solar power, God powered is God powered. I'm not tripped off no electrical bill. I got solar panels. Literally. That soaks up God's sun and provides power. So on stage, I would like to present that power, God. July 29th. The power that you've invested in me. I'm really curious to see how you piece all this together, God. Because the life that I've been living, I'm just like, hey, I'm going through the process. But it's showtime. It is time. This project is also important to me because of all the resistance. It makes you think of gym resistance, physical pressure, all the resistance against me completing it. It's like, first off, when it's done, it's done. So you can't stop that. But to go through the process and the pressure of the resistance, you get used to, almost like the water when you swim and you wade, or even just walking through it or doing water aerobic exercises. Eventually you get into the groove of the resistance and your general pace, and how you're not going to walk the same speed as you would on just above water. Sort of makes me think of zero gravity and outer space, and what that experience must be weight-wise in contrast to water. For our human bodies, you know what else I want to try that I've seen? Now, are these sensory deprivation pools? But you lay on them, and something along the lines of you float. And it's supposed to, like, I don't know, zen you out or something. So, Mashi, my thing is, the barbershop is just simple. It's straight to the point, and all those other elements just complement the experience. To say, hey, Mashi Sensory Stimuli Studio, who's going to book that? Who's going to see the value in that? Well, this stage show is going to give me an opportunity to present that. I think that's a great goal to set. To achieve and attain, and if I don't have it all together, bourgeoisie, baby, you know me, Mashi. Fake it till you make it. You gotta love Mashi. So Mashi is an outer body experience, extraction of the God in me. Keep me some company. Shit. Keep me some company. My inner support system extracted, because I need a hand out here on this earth. And we're gonna do this. Y'all, just living has been a full workout. A full workout. Just living. You want to talk about some neat, non-essential thermogenesis. Only you knew. This is such a great opportunity to really be about exactly what I was talking about. If, see, if only you knew how much I if only you knew how much I do love you. But having a keyboard on deck just as handy as you might have some dumbbells or a Bible or a book. You know what? Hold that thought. Instead of a cigarette break or alcohol break, just having a portable, mobile studio backpack, emergency plan for your overall spiritual, mental, physical, soulful well-being. That's important to me. So, what would that client look like? Hey, yo, Mashi. Hey, I need a. Can you help me build a man cave for myself? Yes. Hey, Mashi. I need a haircut. I need a retwist. I need some braids. Can you help me out? Yes. Mashi, I need to lay down this track. I got you. Hey, I need to play an instrument and just let off some steam. I got you. Man. Massage therapy, recovery, stretching, low impact, moderate intensity workouts. I got you. Art, man. I need to paint. I got you. Somebody said, where am I from? I'm from DC. Currently living in Los Angeles. Hello to Bay Toy Ben. What a unique spelling. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all feel about what I'm talking about? So, at some point, I started a prayer with God. God, I'm going to go ahead and say amen if I forgot to close out. I just went into the meditation. I really went in and visualized, like, what is it that I want? And that's what I want. I want to pull all of those pieces together by the 29th for a live stage presentation right here on this same channel, on this live stream. Some of you are tuning in on YouTube, on the URLive Podcast channel. Some of you are tuning in URLive Radio on Instagram. So I was between using the name radio or podcast because that's another box that I just felt forced into. It was like, what do I call this? You know, I come from the area of broadcast. Now they call everything podcast. When to me, a show is a show. So I liked radio because one, that's my original, and it's less words than typing out podcast. It's just radio. Um, so I would like more consistency, and right now I'm sort of using both. So that's that. Instagram is URLive Radio. YouTube is URLive Podcast. The letter U, the letter R, the word live. Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news. Classics and current events, music and information, jams and thoughts would sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremonies, Sherrod. Make sure to click that link in the bio. Subscribe, like, comment, share, save, engage, all of that. You can support the Your Live Podcast directly with the Cash App, $ You Are Live Podcast. And that, honestly, is going to bless the production. That is time, space, equipment, and my services bringing this content to you. In the intro, you hear me talk about rhythm and news. I think I've been focusing a little bit more on the creative. And it's time to bring back the news. There's a lot going on in the world. And honestly, I tapped out. I wasn't even paying attention to the world and the news for a very long time. But to commit to the original format, idea, and theme, you know, we could go over a couple of things that I've seen currently goings on in the world. And okay, I can look that stuff up. There are some names, but what I'm seeing a lot of recently is a lot more of black folks coming up missing, hanging with white folks. And I saw a video today of an actual white guy saying, don't be the only black guy in a large group of white friends. What a brutal, harsh truth and reality to share with somebody. But there are striking numbers of black folks just completely coming up missing. And I think that is a worthy discussion. Is that one I want to go past that point in discussion for today? Uh, uh, we can just put the tab on the board. We can put the chalkboard up, dry erase board. We can get back around to it if it comes. So there's that. And then we could just say anything Trump because he's the president right now. Now that's a whole something to come back from a whole hiatus watching the news and to find out what the country's at war. What in the world? So we are at war, America, with other countries. Like not even like about to be or threatening. We passed the bluffing stage. Like we are officially at war. We could talk about protests. All the protests going on. I think the one that definitely caught my attention was the Asian protests. I don't know if that's even news now, if y'all consider that old, but I love the comments of black folks saying this is a wealth transfer. This is not a boycott. To make a decision to support black doesn't even have to be a boycott. We're not saying necessarily don't go to Asian businesses, which even if that is the case for some people, a lot of or most of, but to just take a moment to focus on yourself like other communities do, it's just interesting to see how all of that has processed and been interpreted and executed. And all I'm gonna just say is I'm happy, black folks, between the Target stuff and this. I just love that we are tapping back into that, civil rights empowerment era of just not just having power that's going unused, but utilizing it. Really using the opportunity to showcase our value, worth, presence, because we've just been getting played. And this AI era, we are losing touch with so much of just like the classic era that we're used to just as a foundation. Common sense is not common anymore. I really have to ask for a lot of clarification and translation because I don't be understanding. We got my generation, who they call unks now, and aunties, and then they got this YN generation, and then we have our parents' generation, and us 88 babies are sitting here living at the transition point of such dramatic, extreme worlds. Because after us, they were born with iPhones. We had computers. And by computer, like the first computers. Like the green screen, 1 zeros matrix kind when it started up. When if you just had Paint Shop, you was doing major things. There was no Photoshop and Illustrator and just the whole creative suite. Final Cut Pro, we had Paint Shop out here making checkerboards, patterns. It was just so fun. So fun. With no social media yet. And by the time Black Planet hit around middle school, we went through all the transitions. We were the test tube baby. We were the test babies. We were the first round of Facebook experimentees, which became really just local celebrities, social influencers that now y'all call content creators. You know, everything that they turned around and tried to sell back to us. We low-key were the blueprint. We were the blueprint. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. The time is 9:45 Pacific Standard Time. I always have to count, so that means it is lunchtime on the east side. And brunch for everybody in between. Bourgeoisie, my shit, baby, you know me. It is time to get bougie, y'all. It is time to manifest, to speak that which is not as though it is, to visualize, dream and attain, goal set. Fight for your reps, daily steps. Daily steps. Y'all, do y'all still call into the radio station? That used to be so the vibe. I'd spend the whole day. It would be a workout. Just sitting there trying to get, and then you finally get on that jank. They finally pick up. You'd be like, damn, out the whole city, they picked up my call. They're like, hey, yo, I want to request a Mary J. Blige. Any song. You are my everything. You are my everything. You are my everything. Everything, everything, everything. It's all because of you. I'm never sad and blue. You brighten up my day in your own special way. I promise I will try until the day I die to treat you like a queen. From you I can depend. You take me away from the pain and you bring me to paradise. Be days you brought sunshine in my life. To me, the first time I saw your face, I would fall so deep in love that your love can't be replaced. You are mine, every you. One more. Mary J. Blige. Share my world. Don't you leave. Promise I'll be here whenever you need me near. Girl, if you stay, I'll always make sure that you look to see a brighter day. Don't let our love slip away. The things you do, they always make me feel like there's no one else but you. Promise you'll be true, always share my world. Don't you leave. Promise I'll be here whenever you need me near. Whenever you. Ooh, promise I'll be here whenever you need me near. broken heart again. Another lesson learned. Better know my friends, or else I will get burned. Gotta count on me, 'cause I can guarantee that I'll be fine. No more pain, no more pain, no more games, no more games, no drama, no more in my life. Why'd I play the fool, go through ups and downs, knowing all the time you wouldn't be around? Maybe I like to swim. I was young and restless, but that was long ago. I don't wanna cry no more. Ooh, it feels so good when you let go of all the drama in your life. Now you're free from all the pain, free from all the games, free from all the stress. So tired your happiness. I don't know. Only God knows where the story ends for me. But I know where the story begins. It's up to us to choose whether we win or lose. And I choose to win. No more pain, no more drama in my life. No more, no more. Ah, my God, my God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Even though your rain blows, I want you to know you cause me no alarm. 'Cause I'm safe in his arms. Even though your rain blows, I still make this call. Let there be peace. Now I can say, go away. I command you to move today. Because of faith, I have a brand new day. The sun will shine, and I will be okay. That's what I told the storm. I told the storm to pass. Storm, you can't last. Go away. I command you to move today. Storm, when God speaks, storm, you have to receive. That's what I told the storm. I told the storm. Yes. So that was rehearsal. It is time to go ahead and get up and get the day started. But I got in my dailies fight for your reps, full mind, body, spirit, soul workout. In the pocket workout jam coming soon. Y'all, July 29th. Right here. Let's do it. You are invited. Thank you. Have a great day.